Hi, hello. It's Kelly BL Chef. Welcome to the channel. We are not doing my channel. We are doing the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Woo! I got that robot chatty. We are on What My Sister Said. This is a podcast with me and my sisters, Anli and Nikki. And we need to put up our names. Hold on. Bashoomsh. Oh, and pajamas. Okay. Pajamas. This is a podcast where we three sisters, we're very passionate about the entertainment industry. And we take the conversations we used to have around the breakfast table as kids, and we invite you to join us. Our focus typically is on BL, although we may branch out here and there. You just never know. Right now, we have been doing a series looking at different BL couples and looking at them completely, not just talking about their shows, but their beginnings, how they came together, and all fun stuff about them. And we've just kind of been random picking couples that we are interested in. We are not experts. We are not part of the fandoms. We will not get everything right. We don't know it all. We just know some stuff, and we want to talk about it. And if you know more, you should share it with us in the comment section. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and we have a drink today, and I had to pick it, and but I don't have it. Ami's the only one who. Oh no, Ami and Nikki have it. I'm the odd man out.
Kind of.
Can you see my thing?
What's your thing?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Find the drink. Where is it?
No.
Okay.
No, we can't.
Your name just went on my document.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
You can see it? How? How do you see it?
On my phone.
Oh, I shared it with you guys. Go ahead, Kelly.
I don't know what's going on. I'm in the darkest of you.
You freak me out a lot.
Phone case.
I'm like, things are happening on my computer, but I'm not doing it.
Who just showed off that they have their couple picture on their
Who's
phone?
that, Nikki?
It's not a
That's
couple.
your bias?
No, I'm just saying somebody recently showed off, like the way you have your boy paper in your phone, that they have their couple picture on their phone, and I can't remember who it is.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Recent.
I know who you're talking about. I think it is. It was Uboom.
Yes.
It's always Uboom.
It was
No, it was also Ohm. Mark Ohm.
Oh, yes.
He
Mark
showed
Ohm.
it off.
Right. Uboom, because Uboom's screensaver is them.
That's
and then he took out the paper and was like, this too. Because
I didn't see the Uboom one. I saw the Ohm one though.
Yeah.
Well, I will say I really enjoy this phone case because you can take it out and replace it. And this is not a fish, people. This is my husband was very kind and bought me some knockoffs on the internet, but there's nothing wrong with Carrie and Hongjung around
using terminology like we know again.
Oh, I said fish. That is not terminology.
Oh, fish, like official.
It's not.
Oh, you just
heard a fish.
I was like, I heard fish. What is
it's
that?
Not.
I was like, what's that?
I don't know what fish is.
I'm waiting for my boy paper to come because I got a bunch of pre-order stuff for the
car killers behind me. That's all I got. You can't see because my hair's on it.
Oh, I should put my stuff behind me when I'm doing it.
Yeah, you should.
You should. Look. Happy Black History Month. Fuji's, Eska. You can't see him, but Prince is next. He's the third. Happy Black History Month.
You know what I noticed? Also, is we're not talking about the right thing. This picture that Heatherly painted me, and then Anwi did. Listen, y'all captured because every time I wear something, I match both of these pictures or one of these pictures. Every time, and I'm like,
that's so lovely, though.
Oh, like I'm always wearing one of these colors, almost exactly though, exactly. And then look at this shirt Ami gave.
Well, I mean, that's you though.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
You were wearing that. What I painted was what you were wearing.
Oh,
yeah.
So. It's just so funny to me. But even your sparkly section and everything, all I usually match it. I'm usually matching one of these or both. I just found that really interesting.
Can we talk about sparkles for a minute? Okay,
sure.
So I have the Adriana Nicole like palette, and I think
Yeah.
I'm very bad at my glitter application. So next time we're in the same vicinity, folks, you're gonna have to teach me how to put that glitter on. So I
With
don't
your finger.
You can't do it with a
Dab
brush.
it in and you shmear. And
You
then
put that
I
you
have
put that brown stuff on first.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
put the base on first.
Yeah, the
I
base
think I
first.
want
And then,
to. I think I want. So my kid has influenced me. They like to put it like right there, like right
yes,
at the tip,
I
like
like
it,
that, but
and
it
then you
doesn't
go
look
out.
right
I
when I
have
do
it.
it.
Nikki, this one.
But I use the brush to do it, and I'm like, bam, 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 and then I try,
And then
and
you
then
go blind.
and then it doesn't
Oh,
distribute
it
properly,
goes,
and then
it goes everywhere.
You
yeah,
should
and
have
then
it.
so
This
like
one, right?
it's like you can't see it, but there's glitter everywhere, and there's no reason for that.
It's this
There's
brush.
that.
I just dropped stuff. I got too excited. It's this.
That's the brush you use
Oh,
to put
that
it right
one?
here.
Yes. And then
Oh, because I
cash.
because I use the
I have
use a
that.
different shape
Several of
one. I don't
those.
use that one.
This one is the one she does tutorials, and so
Yes, I need to watch her tutorials because she does amazing tutorials.
I've tried it. Now she's lighter skinned than us, so some of her
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
they
and
don't
it's
look
real
the same.
impactful.
But this work, you just do PM, and that's how you get the corners with this one.
Okay.
Okay.
There was a reason why we were a little bit late for Thanksgiving. I was like, I'm going in with Adriana, and every time I did it, my whole kids, husband, they were like, they were like, yo, dude, go take that off. You look crazy right now.
I boom the eyelid, and then I don't always do the crease here. And then what she also teaches you is to buff out the edge. And then you do a lighter tone up here.
I don't do
that. I don't.
If you're going full out.
But I keep sticking with this color because I've done that. The one you have, Kelly, I've done that like a couple of times, and it looked really good depending on my lighting. Sometimes my lighting makes it look like
I don't. So this is not the color I think you think it is, guys. I'm sorry on the podcast. This is
why
they
came for us.
This color looks like the color of the shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah,
put it on. And
is that the
flex?
That's the palette that this is in, right?
I don't know which one that is.
It's the same palette, and I've used
it's
that.
Not the one I have.
The one that's blue. The one that looks blue, but it's like
this turquoise.
Yeah,
yeah. Then you put it on, and I was like, actually, it had more purple in it than I realized. And I put on a red lip, so I was like, I'm just going.
But I love that. I love that combo though. The blue to the purple.
Yeah, it is pretty.
But it depends on what lighting I have here. Like sometimes it looks great in this lighting. Sometimes it looks like garish. Like I'm just coming.
I think it depends on the clothes you wear. What it pick the clothes influence what color you're picking up out of the.
So I think that palette is too bold for me. I have the I Am Luxurious palette, which is all of the browns.
That palette looks like you. I mean,
have you tried this palette, guys?
No, I have this
palette. Look,
that looks like you, Nikki.
This is the palette you need. It's neutral, but it has
because
some to it.
Okay.
Because the other one has like really bright colors that I'm not used to you wearing.
Yeah, this is your palette. Yeah. This is the palette I use for work, you guys. And the palette I am holding is Warm Neutrals by Adriana Nicole.
Oh, so I got the I Am Luxurious palette.
I know what you
mean.
The like browns gold? In it and stuff. Yeah, and the golds. Yeah. Okay.
But this one I think would really. This is what I use for work. I don't put this.
I'll try that.
I don't put the other stuff on when I'm working.
Because y'all know me. I like a sparkle, but I like it mute. I like a
muted.
Yeah. This one right here is that. In that gold palette that with all the bright colors, this is the least out of all of them. And I wear it to death.
Also, just because we're talking makeup, kaleidoscope. I don't know. It's not kaleidoscope, but it looks like that. I have gotten more comments on this clay lipstick. It's a clay lipstick. It doesn't dry you out. I like it. I saw it's a really bold, thick color. I've got more. I have 2 of them. Every time I wear it, people comment, "Tell me your lipstick." So it gets the same amount of attention that Adriana Nicole does. So if people are, it's KALEIDOS.
Oh, so
Colitis.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
Kaleidos.
But
Yeah,
it's
not
it's
kaleidoscope.
a clay
Yeah,
lipstick, and it does more of a stain, so it goes
yeah.
on pretty thick. But if it comes off, you still have the stain behind.
I have not ventured into the stain. I love me a matte.
And I think
This
you
stain I
would
love.
like
This
it,
is the
Nikki,
only
'cause
stain I like.
it's also neutral. It's
Okay.
a darker burnt orange or a brown
Mhm.
or a red, dark red, deep.
This stain is from the girl that does the anime stuff.
Oh yeah, the
It's
meat
the only
Oh.
stain I like.
we're wearing the same one, aren't we? I think.
Yeah.
It's the only
And
stain
then
I
I
like.
have
I don't
like
want to
a-
peel that crap off my lips. This
Yeah, I
stain
don't
you
wanna
just
do that
paint it
either.
on and it stays.
And then I have what I don't know. Is this her too?
I sparked.
Maybe
conversation.
not. I have
I
this
use
over
this
it.
one. You don't use
I
Asian
have
Ramen?
that one too.
Yeah.
I have that one too, but mine I'm out of that one.
Oh, okay.
So
That
anyway,
we're,
we need
we're
to get to
this
the
is
show.
the clear lips gloss we put on top, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know. We just talk makeup.
Hey, and here's the
Can I
thing.
say
Nobody's paying us for any of this. Okay.
No,
We're
they
just
are
talking.
not.
We're just talking.
I'm
and
trying.
most of
to
them
try
are
to
black
be
girls,
Adriana's
and
friend.
we gotta support the black girls.
Yeah.
And but
You
here's
wanna
the
be
thing too. Here's the thing too. We never were makeup girls before.
We were not.
When did this happen?
No.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing either.
You know what? I was like a minimalist makeup girl.
You
I remember
were.
I would
You
put
were.
I would
was
put on
not.
a shadow on a lip. That
I
was
think
it.
I only put on a lip.
Now I put on a blush, shadow, and lip.
You know where
And
I
I'll
got
do
confident?
mascara and I'll
I
do
put
some.
it all
Yeah.
on now.
You know where I got? So
Mm-mm.
I would do minimal, and I still do it the same way to this day. Minimal eye makeup and a lipstick. And we were at a show, one of y'all's shows, and Valente had come, and we were hanging out.
Oh, Valente.
And he turned to me and he said, "Girl, yes." And I said, "What?" And he was like, "Yo," he's like, "Everything you're doing, yes." And I said, "Valente, I don't know what I'm doing. I just put this stuff." He said, "Do you not?" He said, "Look at me. Don't you ever change it. What you're doing right now, you keep doing it exactly like that." And I have never changed. I get complimented all the time. I've never changed.
We should say who Valente is.
That's
Valente is he's my bestie from college. I love Valente. And he is well, I don't know whose makeup. He's still working for Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
So he's Tyra Banks' makeup artist. He also does the Kelly Clarkson show. He's worked with a bunch of different models. So that's why Kelly's like, Valente said.
What's her name?
Okay.
Jennifer Lewis.
Yeah,
She does Jennifer. He does Jennifer Lewis as well.
She loves him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Meow. Hi,
Yes.
Valente.
So he's a professional makeup artist, and he gave me props when I was like in college, and I was like, okay, I'll never change, and I never have. I do eyeliner. I just figure out what colors I want for the shadow, and then I end with mascara, and that is it. That's all I do.
Yes, got to hit that mask just like a.
The mascara makes a difference. I don't feel like
it does.
Mascara
It does.
I have to do
That's
liner
the
and
end.
mascara because you have lashes.
Ooh.
I don't, so I have to do everything to try to make it seem like I do.
I do both. I do liner and mascara. Yeah.
How come you don't got no lashes?
Yeah, I thought
mean,
that was our
they're-
heritage.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
that
live
doesn't
with
sound genetically right.
I
Are
live
you
with
with
the
us or
woman.
against us? I don't know now.
I live with the woman that has crazy lashes. So in comparison, I have no lashes. Our Leia's lashes are ridiculous.
You have lashes.
Why are you comparing
don't
your
let you-
lashes?
don't
because
shame
I'm
your lashes.
look at that face every day. Well, not
Whatever.
every
You
day,
have
no.
lashes.
But I
It's who
used
we
to.
are. It's who we are. Don't you take
It
that
is who
from
we
us.
are.
Say so.
Mm-hmm.
We
That's
need
our
to do this.
birthright.
We need to talk about MaxNat. though.
Oh, guys, we're
Oh.
talking about MaxNat today.
We
Yeah,
are.
You really need
All
to put
of
a
this
thing in there.
applies. What? Huh?
You need to put a
What?
little. Hey, we talked about makeup all this time. In there.
So
Case
you
you
need
don't
a
want to hear all
chapter,
that.
a chapter,
a
chapter,
chapter.
and I'll chapter it out and let you guys know.
Well, it said what my sister said. We sisters. This is what
Yeah, let's just
happens.
talk
I'm
about
saying, didn't we invite them to have conversations with us? That's
We
how the
did.
conversation started.
We did.
We said
Right.
we mimic what we used to do as children around the kitchen table. And
But we didn't talk
Sometimes
about
we
makeup.
stray.
But that's
Kelly,
cool though. We
did
talk
you
about life.
Did you actually describe the drink?
oh,
Nikki,
that's
I don't think you made the drink.
well,
Because
yours
it
is
should be this color.
So I don't have Campari.
Oh, so she didn't make it.
I did. I asked the Googles, and the Google said put a bunch of bitters in there.
I didn't even name the drink. Listen,
I
guys,
forgot the bitters. Go ahead,
There's
Kelly.
no bitters in it.
yes, it is. Listen, okay, hold
There is
on.
bitters in it.
Well, I got a lot.
Get 'em now.
Guys. Okay, I was in charge of the drink. Full disclosure, I forgot. Number 1, they reminded me. Number 2, I went to sleep. Number 3, then I woke up and went, oh no, I didn't do the thing they asked me to do. I don't have no. All I had was half a bottle, like quarter bottle of some champs in the house. I wasn't. It's cold here. It's below freezing. I wasn't leaving my
It's
house.
cold here.
So I said,
I was
what
outside
alcohol do
all
y'all
day.
have? I'm just explaining it. What alcohol y'all have? I'm gonna make a drink from that. They told me what they had. I looked it up. I decided we try to make it match the theme. To me, wait, that's Fort Pete. Who are we talking?
Wait, you made this drink?
Oh my God! I was thinking about
Nikki,
this MaxNat.
when you said this,
Hold up,
when you said that, I was like, I don't know who she
Oh my
talking
God! I
about.
was thinking about Fort Pete.
Fort Pete makes sense.
Maybe I was with you. I was like,
But here's the thing. I thought you, Nikki, I thought you did this drink. I didn't know it was Kelly.
Oh my God! See,
Oh.
I'm not in a good way. I had some sleepless nights, guys.
You guys don't need to know what her description was. It does not match. And Ami and I
It
were both
doesn't
like
match.
this, huh? What? And then
I was
we were
like, I guess
you know
so.
what?
It
Never
matches for
mind.
Fort Pete.
It does match for Fort Pete. It does.
Anyway, the drink
Hey.
is called. Let me.
No.
The drink is called Italian Gentleman. It is a sour style drink with 1 ounce bourbon, 1 ounce Campari, 0.5 ounces lemon juice, 0.25 ounces simple syrup, and orange bitters.
Yeah,
It has
That's what
nothing
this
to do with
is.
MaxNat. But
This
that's
ain't
that
nothing.
except for the bitters. I forgot my bitters.
I
This
have.
doesn't have Campari in it.
I have. Whatever this.
Yeah, champagne.
Yeah.
Shampoos.
Yeah.
I had red
Right.
wine, y'all,
But
but
let
it
me
was
tell you,
treating me
though.
poorly. I didn't like that, and I had to
Oh.
go down and try to make it.
I
That
lied.
was
I lied too, though, because I didn't have any simple syrup, so I put Saint Germain in it because that's very sweet. It tastes lovely with the Saint Germain, but yeah, that's it. That's all.
So there you
Good
go.
stuff.
That's the journey of the drink.
That is, I do feel like, part of the journey of the drink is that before I tried to get Campari, I feel like we've said this on the podcast, that when you walk into the liquor store and you say, do you guys have grenadine? They say, no, ma'am, because that's not liquor, but you meant Campari. And
They say that in North Carolina because there's grenadine in every liquor
Yeah,
store
we have
here.
grenadine in ours.
But they didn't have it. They was like, you can get on out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Beep.
Anyway, so guys, listen. We're doing MaxNat today. I don't know how much we
Hey.
talked about the fact that that's the couple we chose. We all really like them.
We
Love
do.
them.
But again,
Love them.
we don't know much. I know like conversationally about them, but like, oh God, but like really talking about them. So Anwi did a good job of.
We did.
You did.
Anwi did. You did. You're very
Oh,
organized.
you guys saw my notes.
I'm-
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm in notes right now.
Believe in yourself. Like, I believe in you. You did a good job. So Ami's gonna like start us off with each of them, and then we'll kind of fill in the blanks. Nikki failed, and that's okay. She owns it.
Right. You don't get to describe.
Spent a lot of time with the children. Maybe I don't know, but I did a medium job, and Nikki did a tiny job. But
Let's
what
just
is
say this. I was playing chauffeur to what?
children?
My son's first date today.
You didn't
Tell us that.
I gotta know more later.
Oh,
Talk about it more later.
that's so cute.
Yeah. So I didn't have time to study the way I needed to.
She's just gonna cry.
More. I'm gonna call him.
You need to call him.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
totally call him. Totally call
Oh
him.
yes.
Aw, you love the babies.
Okay. MaxNat. Okay. MaxNat.
Fine.
Oh my god. The way we're breaking it up.
Okay.
Okay. It's okay.
So Max was born October 25th, 1993. He has worked with Domundi from 2022 to now. He has a bachelor's in civil engineering from King Mongkut's University of Technology. And that's a basic notes.
He
I have
started
for him.
before 2022, by the way, but
Oh. Internets.
Internet.
I'll
So-
go and then Ami's gonna go and then
So that was it for Max that I have. Like the rest I have for them together. So do you want to say something more about
I have
Max?
okay.
When
so
you
he-
said my notes were so thorough, the rest about him was his acting roles.
so Domundi's the DMD channel, he is one of the founding members of DMD.
Yeah.
It was a YouTube channel prior to it becoming a series production. One of the very first videos was from 2016.
Wow.
So it's a little controversial, which may be why they didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
But before becoming a series channel, it was a kind of one of those prank channels.
Prank, yeah.
People have a lot of big
'Cause
feelings
Z-
about the early days. So
Z was with that too, right?
well, no, so it was Z did not come in till Max is the reason Z joined the channel. So that like how they're very close and everything, he brought Z into the channel, and Off was the owner. CEO Off was the owner of the channel. And so there was a point where Off decides he wants to start doing series. That's when he contacts Nat. That's when Nat comes in to the company, and Max, and they all do whyru. That was released in 2020 during the pandemic. So that was like the first series that included Z, Max, Nat, a bunch of the people. And that was the first time we see Max Nat as a pair on screen. But Nat, you're not at Nat yet. So yeah, so it did start earlier than that.
And I think maybe that timing was about domunditv existing.
Yeah, that's what it says, domunditv.
Yeah, agency existing, not
okay.
channel itself. But yeah, so I think that's what that timeline is about. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so now on to Nat. He is an actor and model under DMD TV agency. Sorry. See, you guys, these notes aren't easy to read. That's why I'm like, why do they think he started university at 16 years of age?
Yes.
Nat is a little baby genius. Yeah.
He's a baby
smarty
genius.
pants.
Nat
I
is
did this and I didn't know.
extremely intelligent.
I'm like,
Wow, get it, Nat.
Nat and Nunu are little smarty pants. They're both very smart, which explains their friendship, I think, because they're both the little smart kids in school.
He got a master's degree in design, business, and technology management.
Yeah, he's a dual major.
I watched a thing where he gave like a tour of his home, and his home is full of so much culture because his parents really love to travel. So they have art pieces from all over the world. They're really, really, really into elephants. So there's elephants everywhere from every country. And they're, I can't remember the name of their family business, but it's like a cosmetics business, right? It has lotions and shampoos and things like that. And their logo on their business is an elephant as well, I think. Yeah, they sell a lot of skin products and stuff like that. The home is actually a filming location for a lot of shows as well. Like their library, like lots of places in their home that have been used in shooting different shows. Even though his parents are very rich, they have taught Nat and his siblings to be, self-sufficient. So even though he comes from a lot of money and he, has lived in his family home and all that, he still has to take care of himself, be independent. So he doesn't think in the mindset of I'm a rich kid, you know. That house has like a garden, a movie room, a library, a sports center. Like that's the kind of money he comes from.
It's crazy.
Yes. Before we go on to anything else, I kind of since we were giving facts about Nat, there was a question and answer thing that the two of them did together where they were talking about what businesses they would want to start. And they talked about a clothing brand, and I don't think it's together. I think, oh shoot,
it's Nat.
My shared
it's
screen
Nat's,
is gone. Nat went ahead and oh, okay. You're gonna share? Well, you can't.
Oh, no.
Well, here
you can share it.
Yeah. Wait, let me. Oh crap. Oh,
while she's doing that, Nat is a double major. Nat actually started on the channel with one of they did I forget the name of the show. Dang it. They did one of their YouTube Watching in Sendai.
Oh, that's go ahead, Kelly.
Sharon, child. Watch you. All your business is on the screen, aren't we?
Really?
Yes, you should.
Won't open.
Just take it down. I'll do it.
It's not up.
Down.
Okay.
Open
Take
it.
down.
Right.
I don't know how. What happened?
You figure out, get it open, and then we'll add it to the stream.
It is open though. That's the part. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on.
No, to your actual video.
No, I know.
You're
the wrong screen, probably.
Yeah, it's no biggie. So Watching in Sendai.
There we go.
Watching in Sendai was a program they had on their YouTube channel in 2019, on the Domundi YouTube channel. That was his first entrance onto the screen. And then he moved into doing series with MaxNat in 2020 with whyru, which had we're not talking about shows yet. Is whyru one of the shows we're going to talk about, or did you listen?
I don't know anything about whyru.
No, whyru? Have you guys watched whyru?
No, we can't. It's not anywhere where you can watch it.
There's nowhere to watch it.
Seriously?
That I'm aware of.
Seriously, we talked about this because before Suntiny started, I wanted to see
whyru is not Suntiny. That's not the show.
What's the show before Suntiny?
It is oh my god, ydestiny.
Oh, that's ydestiny.
whyru, that's Z Saint. It is before Z New. And also the Jimmy Thomas. It's the early days, but it is a worthwhile watch. I thought it was really good. It's just uneven. It's uneven because it was recorded during the pandemic, and they were trying to make adjustments, and so the ending is wackanutty. It just at a place the editing of it is cray because they had issues with filming because of the pandemic.
I think it's on Viki. Let me see.
It's a worthwhile watch. I definitely recommend it, but just with the understanding that the pandemic messed up the pacing and
the end of it. Yeah. Okay.
And I think it was because I think it was supposed to be a vehicle for Jimmy and Thomas, but ended up being a Z Saint story. Sorry, what's wrong?
Who's Jimmy and Thomas? She keeps playing and
again, remember, this is not about the visual. So whatever.
I know. Here we go. So I was just going to say, when they had an interview about the businesses that they would like to start, they talked about their possibly a clothing company, and Nat said he wanted it to be something that would have male and female clothes, because he wanted a unisex brand because he often wears both. And he also said he needed to be colorful and bright and reflect his own style. And so then he's now got this company called heartetc. And these are just some examples of the clothing in his company.
You gotta let
and they're very cute. They're very cute and bright. They definitely look like him.
Yeah.
And so I was excited when I found that he did, because the interview was well before he actually had a brand. And when I found that he did actually come out with a brand, I was so very excited because it definitely reflects him. Okay, I'm gonna stop
I
sharing
will
that.
say also, with Matt, just circling back to Max, one of the roles he's played, that we won't get into, that's not BL. I'm trying to find the name of this freaking series. Damn. Main role in a funny comedy, Jimmy in Love. Um, Jimmy in Love Me Again. I know people aren't gonna. It's a straight series, but prior to that, we had not seen. I guess in Suntiny, or not Suntiny, but in Why. Is it Why Destiny? Did I say that right? I feel
Yeah,
like I
I think so.
he
Destiny,
yeah, Why Destiny. I did. When he
yeah,
was Sun in Wine Destiny, he was silly goofy, but it was just like a snippet of it. But in this series, he gets a whole like realized role where he is the comic relief, and he is. I've only seen clips. I didn't watch the whole series, let's be real. But I saw his story arc in his clips. He is hilarious. He's hilarious in it. And I really like to see Max be I think Max is very good at comedy, and I thought he was really good in that. Anyway, you can
I
continue.
would love to see that.
I'll see if I can
What
find
was
a
the name of that again? Say the name of it again.
he it Love Me Again. Sorry.
Love me
sorry,
again. Okay.
it was
The way it's written, it's hard to see what the name of the show is.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I can't. What's happening? Oh, okay. So I guess I'll read more about the two of them together then, because
Yeah.
I think I've gotten through all of them. So when they first met, it was Max's instinct to tease Nat because he was small, and I think Nat was like 17 years old when they first met.
Yeah, there
He
was a
was small.
significant
Yeah,
age
there's an
gap,
age.
and he was still
Yeah,
a kiddo.
but then he started talking to Nat, and he realized that he was someone that needed to be cherished and not teased. And so Nat said when he first met Max, his impression was that he looked like a bad boy, and so he was shy at first when he met Max, and Max did all he could to make him comfortable. Um, do you have any more to add to that, Kelly? Any side stories?
I don't.
Thing?
I don't know. It's really pretty well documented. A lot of people freeze couples in time, especially these couples that have been around for a really long time, and they don't like look at the time frame at which they were introduced, how they can both of them have matured and aged since then. It was a little rough in the beginning. He was, it was a very frat boy. I'm going to be honest. And I don't think people realize this, which I find really interesting when they talk about Domundi and DMD. The YouTuber version was very frat boy. Joss was there. It was a very different vibe. It was Joss, it was Poppy, it was Max, and then Z. It just had a Mark. I think that's it. It had a different feel, and so bringing Lil Nat in, if you're thinking about a frat boy vibe and he's this little thing that comes in there, of course they're going to tease and play with him and mess with him in that kind of frat boy kind of way. So it was a little rough. But I was impressed at the point where Nat started to put his foot down. There was a period of time where he started sticking up for himself a little bit more. And I really think during Cutie Pie, this is just my opinion, this is not fact. There was kind of a come to Jesus kind of moment where Nat was like, get it together, treat me a certain way or we're not doing this. And Nat kind of started to gain his independence and speak very vocally about the things he didn't like. And and this is, you can say I'm making excuses or not, but I think they're young and they're doing stuff in a certain way that they feel like is okay. And I feel like the minute Max realized, oh, this is not okay. Oh, you don't think this like kind of teasing way we play is okay. He switched up and has not gone back. And he is so good to Nat now. And Nat like
he really is. Yeah.
Very upfront how good he is to Nat, how he takes care of him and everything. Because he was a little bit of a I still remember the live where Nat had gone away on vacation and he was doing a live with Max. he was like, "Who'd you take home today?" And he was like, and Max was like, "I care about you. You're my partner." Da da da. And he was like, I know what you do." It's a wild vibe. And it was after that live that Max was like, I maybe should change. And it reminds me of Off Gun, where Off said, "I knew I had to change or I would lose him." It feels very much in that vein where Max was like, "I need to take care of this person, and I need to," because he was younger and he was like, it's tougher, to be in that environment. But to be fair, these were not people who were in tune to BL. Like, that's the other thing I don't think people realize. Off decided, I'm going to make series. So they went to being like a frat boy prank channel to BL series.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy pivot. And so it's going to take them some time to be
get
able
it right
to pivot with that. Yeah.
And I think, can I just say it's a crazy switch up and to see where they were to now.
Yeah.
Because it feels like that math that he does, the chemistry that he has, the people they attract are just quintessential.
Yeah. You mean Domundi?
Yes. Domundi as a whole. Like, the evolution of Domundi is so crazy to me because right now it's, you could say, like, the actors they attract to that agency, right? They're, they are a reflection of how large of a shift that agency took based on those, because the people they attract feel comfortable in that space. They're not going there because they're, because that old idea of like desperation and all of that good stuff. Those people say out of their mouth, King, Naping, Thomas,
they chose that.
All of them said, "I chose this place because it's a place I wanted to go. This is where I wanted to have this career and this experience." So that's a big testament to that. Like, I guess the overarching, change in that agency overall.
I feel like fandom has a hard time celebrating the evolution of something. And when they find out about the past, they go, "Oh, now I know the truth." And it was the truth of that moment, but it's not the truth of the present and the future. Like, they have grown. Like, they're not the same group that they were before. And they've evolved, and the actors have evolved. The company has evolved. And so to hold them to that past, I don't think is fair, but people use it still to this day as a gotcha moment of the company and some of the actors to just bring back up again. And I'm like, we can't keep going back in time for some of these people when they've moved past it as who they are. Z, and what I find frustrating is they're open. Z is very open when he talks about his evolution as a person. Max is very open when he talks about he doesn't shy away from his past, but he also is like, I'm not that dude anymore. Like, I'm a grown man now.
He is a grown man, like 100%.
So, and speaking on that, when we talk about like how comfortable Z is with, I'm sorry, Nunu's family is with Z. Like, I feel like Z and Nunu's families are very loving towards one another, towards their partners, right? And when I was watching the video of the tour of Nat's home, Max is a part of that household.
Oh, 100%.
100%. He stayed there many times. He knows that home because they are okay with Max. And I don't think that doesn't seem like the kind of family that's going to let somebody in and be with their child if he's not an okay person, And now it's making more sense to me why he was so young coming into that company. If he was in university at 16 years of age.
Yes, he was.
So I get like why he started so early with that company as well. I'm going to go on to their question and answer thing. There's some cute things that they said in this. And these are not like factual things or whatever. This is just cute. They asked them, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be? Max said he would be a bird because he would enjoy the solitude of just flying around alone and thinking. This is interesting to me, the difference in their answers, because Nat said he would be a cat because he likes to be clingy and needs to be loved.
That makes sense.
So he said, and cats, he also said, cats, if you treat them nicely, they'll approach you, but they can also be easily annoyed. So he's like, people tell him he's cute like a cat all the time, but he'd also like the ability to jump from high spaces. Which he's a basketball guy. I can totally see that.
It's just, do you have that anecdote in there somewhere? How he's so good at basketball?
I don't have that.
No,
he's so good at basketball.
But there's a whole basketball court at his family home. So
he's so little, but he's on these basketball. These tall dudes, and they're all just like they love him.
He's what I wanted. I wanted my
kids to be.
I wanted him to be my point guard, man. He's that little point. They're the littlest. But they're the best. They're the best in the whole team. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, Nat, and he's very serious about it. Like that's not like a cute thing he does on the side. No, he is always practicing. Max is very like supportive of it. And
is there a particular sport that Max does, or is it just that?
I think Max is a sporty boy. That's not his thing. He loves video games.
He just to lift the weights.
Yes. He just does weightlifting.
He makes the muscles.
I will say they're very different from the stereotypes of the roles that they are in.
Opposite thing.
Because if you look at Max, he's very soft, right? Max is a very soft-spoken. He plays video games, but he's kind of mild mannered. He reminds me of Pond in the way that even though they're these really big guys, they're slow to anger. They're pretty calm and very soft-spoken. Like the way Pooin was like, Pond, that dude would never hurt anyone. Like you had to put in work to piss Pond off, and then I would probably be scared of him. But like he's like that, Dad. You had to put in work to make Dad mad, right?
True that.
I feel like that's Max. Max is pretty calm and pretty quiet. I don't know about his early days, but like the Max we see now is pretty measured, calm, and soft-spoken. Where Nat can be feisty, right? And Nat is
very,
and he plays sports, and he kind of was like, I'm going to see what I want to do next, and I'm going for it. He's very, very, I don't want to say aggressive, but aggressive towards his goals. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he is very much he's an extrovert in a way that Max is not.
Right.
And I think you have to have
everybody.
Yeah, you have to have some of that within you to do what he did, right? Which was go to school early. You had to be in social spaces that were beyond your years. So you had to acclimate to those social spaces. That's probably where a lot of that comes from. Whereas, Max could do whatever Max wanted to do. At the age he wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? That part.
So another part of this question and answer thing was who's in charge of travel plans? So Nat said Max is in charge. Yeah, but they both said they're very easygoing about that. They're all chill about things like that. So Max will research, narrow it down to his 2 favorite spots, but he lets Nat do the ultimate choice of those spots. And then Nat says it's easy for him to choose because he trusts Max's suggestions. But when it comes to restaurants, they do rock, paper, scissors. They do rock, paper, scissors, and they've decided that whoever wins that's the restaurant you have to go to. You can't refuse the winner.
Because Nat's a foodie. Nat is serious about food. He loves to eat, and he loves good. Nat and Pete remind me of each other in the way that they'll play about food. They do not play. Nunu either. I feel like Nat, Nunu.
Yes, Nunu loves to eat.
But
the food Z loves food too, though.
He does, but Nunu loves it in a different way.
Yeah, because Nunu's making all kinds of noises.
These little tiny dudes loving all this food.
I know, right? That's a good point.
And it's so funny because you were talking about working out, and I feel like in part of that interview they were talking about that, like what they eat and the working out and stuff, and how Nat is not one who eats a whole lot, but when he wants a lot, he's going to eat a lot. And Max was talking about how, he has a diet. Sometimes he'll just eat what he wants, but other times he'll be on a diet. But I don't think that's something that Nat ever really practices. Just sometimes he feels like eating. Sometimes he doesn't feel like eating a lot. So I thought that was interesting because you were like little dudes, because he stays little.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a little
He's not
tiny little
thinking
baby.
about it. It's not like a
Yeah.
regimented thing.
That's some old
He's
genetic.
working out a lot more. They work out together a lot more, I notice.
Oh.
It's very cute. Their little workout. And Max loves it. Max is very happy when Nat does anything with him. He is
Cute.
very happy.
This question was asked, how do they wrap up their day after a shoot? And they said they'll discuss the day and share their thoughts. And Max will ask Nat whether or not he's proud of what they did that day. If there's anything that they're not pleased with, they can clear it up immediately. And so then they can improve on it in the future. They also will hug each other when they go to like events and stuff. They'll hug each other before the event because they know there's going to be lots of people there. And sometimes they just feel a little nervous or something, and it helps them boost their confidence. Also, if they are upset about anything, they put it aside until later. Until if they have something that they have to work on, they get rid of that, whatever they're upset about, and put everything into the work, and then they can support each other later and work out their differences. But they don't want to bring that into whatever work they're doing, which is a very adult way to deal with things.
With that. Yeah,
that feels like a good segue into my favorite MaxNat anecdote.
Oh, go ahead. Tell it.
My favorite. So they both do lives a lot. And when Max is doing live, this is recent. Actors didn't do lives like this before, but now you'll find a lot of actors doing lives, and a lot of them will be playing video games. So Max was playing a game, doing a live, and Nat, will show up sometimes. And so Nat showed up and he was like throwing money at him. Money. I
remember this one.
Didn't notice because Max was trying to win the game. And people are like, Nat's here. He's giving you money. And Max is like, play the game. And Nat's like, money. It was a lot of money. It was a lot. And Max didn't notice any of it. And then Nat disappears. And they're like, finally, like he wins whatever he wins, and he like starts paying attention. They're like, Nat was here. He gave you so much money. And Max is like, Nat was here? Oh. And he like tries, he's like, come back. Nat, he tries to, I don't know if he was, I might be telling it wrong. He might not have left yet. Anyway, he tries to fix it in that moment. It does not work. Nat is gone. And so you just see him sitting there for a moment, and he's like, guys, I don't know. And then they come back and they're like, he's on live now by himself. He's on live by himself. He's playing guitar by himself. Oh no, someone joined his live. They're all coming in to tell him. And then he's like, well, let's tell him to come back. And he tries to get him to come back. Nat is like, no, I'm doing my own live now. I'm playing guitar on the beach. I'm doing my own live. Max is like, oh no. And I just remember him going, guys, what should I do? Guys, help me. What should I do? And he does this for a while, and you just see him spiral into a panic. And then he goes, I think I have to go. Okay, bye, guys. It's still live. You can just see him process that he has messed up, that he did not speak to Nat, that he did not acknowledge all the money Nat was sending him. And Nat like says something like, well, I guess I'll go, or something like that. And so all the chat is like, dude, it was the funniest. I was like, oh wow, I've never seen Max that panicked. And he's literally like, I don't know how to fix this. Please tell me what I should do. I have messed up. It's my favorite thing ever.
Well, obviously it got fixed, I guess.
Yeah, it got fixed.
He actually got Nat on, and they played games together, so he fixed it. And that game.
That answer to that question, though, makes me think of something I'm very curious about. And it makes me think about like, I'll take it back to fandom as a whole, right? I think I saw them recently. Didn't they do a top spender event where they were like on a boat and like all their top spenders were there and everything? And I always wonder, and I don't know if you have the same feeling I do. I've always said to my husband in particular, like, I'm fine. Like on a stage with like there'd be hundreds, thousands of people out there, I would be fine. If we're in a room, like a tiny room, and there's like people right in front of me, Like, ooh, get me out of here. Like, I perform for what? Perform for who? That's crazy. That would
Yeah.
make me so like uncomfortable and
Mhm.
stressed out. And so it brings me to the idea of like these top spender events, right? And I also think makes me think of fan calls, which is that's different. That's a flip side of it because I think it's less pressure on the artist and more pressure on you
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
it's like a top spender event,
You
but
gotta come
you
up
have
with a
to,
question.
you got to impress them somehow. So I don't know.
Mhm.
It just made me think of that when you were talking about them, like
Them hugging each
recapping their
other.
day, hugging
Yeah.
each other, feeling
Yeah.
slightly nervous. Like I wonder how they feel in those moments, especially in those top spender events, because I feel
Yeah.
like they have to be on
In
100%
that thing,
on.
so that was just like an overview of what they said, but that's basically what they said. In situations like that, they get very nervous, and so they have to
Mm,
hug each other and give each other energy to be able to face that situation, because they're like, we're going to have to meet a whole lot of people today,
Yeah.
and
mhm.
so we need to have confidence when this is happening. So
And it's
yeah.
like actually meet them, not,
Yeah.
Right.
transmit what, entertain them from across a room. It is like, ooh, you gotta meet them people.
I used to make videos about that because I was like, I don't think people realize typical celebrities are not sitting in a room
They're
having
not.
you're not trained to do that. You read
No.
lines from a script. An actor
Yeah.
knows how to read lines from a script. You're not supposed to be able to have to hold a conversation with somebody you just met. Like
Being
that's
yourself. You can
Mhm.
do
yeah,
that behind the scenes in business situations, right? They
right.
have to do that in order to sell themselves, but that's from like that's like a business situation.
Mhm.
Not these fan events, it's a very specific space that you're being put in where I really wonder like how do you do that? Like how do you do that? Cuz I
Okay.
would be so stressed out.
I have one more anecdote. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Go
okay, go,
ahead.
go. No,
So it
go.
was one of those top. It's still it's always Max. It's still one of my favorites. It was a top spender event where they were staying overnight and like they had gotten up for breakfast or whatever, and people were getting their breakfast, and Max was working the room, and so he comes
Mm.
to this group and he's like, "How are you guys doing? How's your morning?" And they're like, "Oh, good." And he's like, "Did you sleep well?" And they're like, "Oh, we slept well." And he's like, "Well, I slept okay. Nat moved around a little bit." But it was okay. And I woke up, but Nat is still sleeping in our room. Nat, he's
Oh
still in bed.
yes,
He's
I
still
know
in
this
bed in our
story.
room. And I woke up and I was like, I got to get breakfast, but not Nat. He's still sleeping in the bed in our room. And he's like, and then he goes, I rolled over and I was like, Nat, do you want to get breakfast? And he was like, and he didn't want to get breakfast in our room. And so I came here, but he's still there. But I'm here with you guys. Did you sleep well? And I was like, this was new. I need you to understand this is not how Max used to
Yeah.
be. This was like maybe 2 years ago or something. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Because he needed us to know they stayed in the room. And I'm just telling you what happened. Like he needed us to know they were in the same room in the same bed, and Nat was still sleeping, and he woke up. And then Nat like finally comes in, and he's like, "Oh, he's awake, you guys! Come on, what is this?" Wild. Because I'm used to frat. At that point, I was used to frat boy Max. And I
Boy
was like,
him,
"Who is this
yeah.
body
Mhm.
snatcher? And what is going on?" So that I just shared that. That's it.
No, and that's a great anecdote. And then I also am like, well, how much is that was him being really honest and in the moment, or was that him like full on like 11 fan servicing? I know
No,
Yes.
that
You think
I
he's just being
yeah, and
honest in the
that
moment?
I
yeah,
watched him for a really long time, and
he's just being honest in the moment.
this wasn't a
Yeah.
loud like this was him.
Yeah, it's just like this is
He came
Mhm.
over to check on. So there's a lot of people there, right? Like he's not in front of a crowd. This was just a
Mhm.
group, and he was literally going from table to table, checking
Working in the
in on
room. Yeah,
everyone.
yeah, yeah.
And it was
Mhm.
very. I think what threw me off. It was a very soft tone. This was when
mm,
Soft Max came in, and we were not used to Soft Max, and
mm.
Soft Max is here to stay. So it was a very soft
Yeah,
tone,
he
and he was
is.
like really like checking in with everyone. Like he's like, I'm just going from table to table, see how you guys' nights were. So this was like it happened to get recorded, but like it wasn't
Mhm.
guaranteed that we would ever see that. And even Nat, when he came over, Nat was like, okay, you don't have to, because he kept going. And Nat was like, even Nat was like, yo, like, you're not gonna put all the business on the street. Like that kind of situation where, but he has stayed that way ever since. I don't know what switch flipped in him, but that was like my first time seeing him be that like that, and I just remember being like shocked by it.
So, okay, my next.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we should.
All right, no, I have another question. But it'll be for the show.
So the question was asked: when does Max think that Nat is the cutest? And it said when filming Cutie Pie, Max loved when Condio looked pleadingly at Hye. His favorite scene was where Nat is the cutest. Where Nat said, Hye, let's start over. I think it's like when he was crying.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, when he was crying and he's like, let's start over again. He said something in there about how Nat's crying face just like melts him.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Yeah,
that was in Romance Scammer. I'm sorry, Nikki.
Oh yes. Oh,
don't say too much.
Okay. Anyway, and then when does Nat think that Max is kind? He thinks that Max is kind when Max offers to carry heavy things for him or notices when he's stressed and asks how he can help. And he appreciates he appreciates those things from Max. But as we mentioned earlier, Nat's parents taught him to be independent. So Max will offer to help, offer to carry things, all that stuff. But Max complained that Nat does not want his help because he's so independent. So Nat thinks it's beautiful and kind that Max will offer these things, but quite often he will refuse them because he feels like he shouldn't be a burden on anyone and that he should do these things himself.
That sounds
so.
Right.
I will say, in my extensive research that I did, was like TikTok edits. My extensive research of TikTok edits of MaxNat. I will say,
oh my god,
although Nat is very independent. If
he likes being carried,
for that man to pick him up,
like don't carry my bags, but carry me, boo.
Yes, literally
that part.
I'm tired now. My legs are kind of tired. You could do it. And he's like this. Do you want to get on my back? No, I want to get on your front.
That part.
I want to do whatever I want to do.
So at the last marriage ceremony, this is where I was really surprised because he did like his arm or something, Max, and then Nat clasped onto it, and he lifted up, or he was like, oh, it was Cheekies. They were doing Cheekies.
Yeah.
And Max was lifting him during Cheekies, and so Nat was like, oh, climb, because that's what he does. And so he like wrapped his legs around, and the panic on Max, that's when you can tell the difference. And but then I was like, dude, you made it worse, because he like panicked and was like, no. And then he looks at Nat and says, not in front of everybody. You don't do that in front of everybody. And I'm like, sweetie,
you do that in front of us all the time.
But also, what do you mean? You do that in private? What do you mean? Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah.
You have made this worse. We weren't thinking nothing of it because we're used to it. Your panic and not in front of everybody, maybe not the way to calm us down.
Okay, a moment that makes them happy to have each other. When they've worked a long day and they can joke with each other because they both understand that what they were going through. So they both understand what each other went through because they went through a long day and they know that each other needs a boost. So they joke with each other. And then they try to think positively, at least we have work. And Nat appreciates that Max is more experienced than him. So when he needs advice or he needs someone to lean on, Max is always there for him. And he also loves the fact that Max will support him in like sharing his music or, anything that Nat is doing, Max will uplift it. So yeah, they talked a lot about how their work days can be very, very rough and they can be really, really exhausted. And then they can just joke with each other about what they went through that day, and it'll help them move on to the next day and get some rest. before moving on to the next day, and it gives them a little boost. They're cute, I tell you, they're cute.
I'll,
Kelly said, "Ding."
yeah, I did it. Ding. My water glass, my champagne glass. I will say, because I know we haven't gotten into the shows. I don't know if we're going to get into just the shows, but one of the
it's
things,
coming up. I'm done pretty much.
okay, because I was going to say one of the things that like really stuck with a lot of us back then, and I don't know if the newer people understand. I know people get into this whole, it's not a fandom thing, but they were originally there, right? And then so whyru, you had MaxNat and you had Z Saint. Then the whole mess happened with Z Saint. Saint left. They found a new partner for Z, but there was an expectation for MaxNat to be the next big thing, and it turned into Z Nunu. So it was a really hard transition to. I think they're a testament to having like that fortitude and that stick to it and just continue to work at it, because it was hard for some of us to watch them kind of be backburnered in the way that they were, because a lot of us expected them to get a boost from this, and they did in a way. They were second leads. I'm not saying they weren't, but a lot was invested into Xenu, and that is so. It's better understanding now what happened, because it's easy to say, well, the company did this and the company did that, but a lot of what we saw back then was Nat's independence. So his birthday celebrations weren't the same as everybody else's, right? A lot of things weren't at the scale of everyone else's. So back then, it was very hard to understand why we felt like, why is he being treated differently? Now we know he wanted to take care of all that stuff. Even his graduation, where everybody has these big lavish graduations, his was just like in a hall with his fans, but it's because he refuses to use a lot of like he doesn't want the company involved, he doesn't want his family paying for it, he takes care of it. But that's that independence that I think his family instilled in him,
which I think is an awesome thing. Like,
yeah,
because I don't think they will ever let him fail. But it's great that they've created this person who is able to take care of himself. If they ever lose all their money, then he can still, be self-sufficient.
He knows how to handle it.
Yeah. The only other thing I have, I talked about their future ventures, and that Nat actually did the clothing company they wanted. Max wants to do a cosmetic brand also, and he wants to do it based on Nat, because Nat is so baby faced and his skin is so pretty. And so he wants to do things that will create that in other people, like create products that will make them as cute as Nat, basically is what he said. And then when the way they cheer each other up is Nat calls Max handsome and Max calls Nat cute. That's how they cheer each other up. And then the last thing is their future goals, which Max has been in this business for a minute. So his goal is to travel. He's like, I've been working so hard that I have not been to enough places and not had enough experiences. I really, really want to travel. Whereas Nat wants more challenging acting roles and more interesting acting roles.
That actually makes sense for them. The interview I was telling you I listened to, which was right before naughtybabe released, when they asked Max if he wasn't acting, what would he be doing? And he said, I'd go back to YouTube. And he talked about travel vlogs. So like, they were like, you're really loyal to YouTube. And he was like, he enjoys making content. And
that makes sense. Yeah.
So he would want to go back to that.
Nat was like, haven't you traveled with work? And Max was like, that's not in the way that I can enjoy travel. Right. Like, I just want to travel and experience things. So,
and to be fair, Nat's gotten that with his family. He goes on those family vacations and stuff. So he's been all over with his family.
So I guess we can go to the shows now.
Yay.
Which you had some things with Max by himself before they did like
that was the main one I wanted to mention. I did already, and that's the comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure I have this right. Okay, window. See, I don't see it.
Oh
What do you
no.
This is the
mean?
window that is open.
Her thing, her
Oh, her.
mhm.
I don't want. I want to.
Just do share screen.
Yeah, I did.
What?
Okay, it's not there. It's not there. Damn
I
it!
don't know what's going on.
I
You
don't
don't
want
have to have a picture. It's we can talk
But
about
I
it.
worked hard on it. Freaking
Okay.
frack.
Well, while she's looking up pictures, and we transition over. Crap, there was one more thing I wanted to bring out before we jumped into the shows.
Oh, there it is.
Damn it, it's gone.
Nope,
It's
not.
gone from my brain.
Take it off. Take it
Oh
off
my
on me.
god! Why is this so hard for you?
Hey, how y'all doing? Everybody all right?
And the podcast
It's
is like,
open.
what's going on?
It's open, but it's not there.
I'm chilling.
Go ahead, talk.
Oh, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
It was about before we jumped into the series. Oh, the thing that I really love about them is it kind of touches back on Nat and the fact that he's so self-sufficient. The way they do gift giving and even their vlogs or anything they do, it's so down to earth. Where a lot of the actors you'll see really extravagant stuff where they're giving like Cartier and Balenciaga and all these name brands and all this other stuff. They keep everything they do super personal and really, really, really down to earth. And so I really love that about them. They do handmade gifts. One year they made each other cakes and they like vlogged the process separately of making cakes for each other. It just, I really appreciate the care they take in the way that they give gifts for each other and plan their days out and stuff like that.
Okay. I think that's cool.
Yeah, they do like picnics in the park and like Max planned this big surprise for Nat's graduation. And it was, he could have, like, somebody else would have been like, I'm flying you to Fiji, like these other actors. But it was a car, it was a travel in the car. They did like a car ride and they went to these different locations that Max really wanted to take Nat to. And it was just precious. It was so sweet. They were so happy. And he was so nervous because they went to like one of those of when Nat goes to see like all the fan projects for his graduation, and then Max like showed up and in front of everyone basically told Nat his plan. But I have never seen him that like anxious and nervous.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, he was like,
it's very cute.
Because he wasn't supposed to be there, number one. So Nat is like, what are you doing at my fan project? And then he like announced, I know I've talked about taking you on a trip. That's what his graduation present was. And so I, thinking like these celebrities, was like, oh, they're going to fly to some fancy place. And then it was just them in the car. Driving to
the car trip
location. Yeah, it was a car trip
to
these really special locations.
To like a beach. It was different places.
Yeah.
It
was so down to earth.
I was wondering, when I said, was it a car trip? I was thinking more like, was it like, did they have to drive to these locations, stay the night or something? Or was it like a day trip? Or,
no,
okay. So it was like it was car.
It was a vacation.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. It was very sweet though. It's very accessible stuff that they did. But he was so excited about it. And he had planned this thing out. And he was like, it was like a big deal asking him and a big deal. And I had to remind myself that normal people, this is how they give gifts, not like these crazy fly people across the country trips and stuff. Okay.
We're talking about something so sweet, and I'm looking at these.
How we make it Max pictures for y'all on the podcast.
I saw Mickey's face when that one picture came up.
Okay,
but this is Two Worlds. I don't have like a bunch of scenes from Two Worlds. Like I usually put scenes that I want to share, but I didn't do that this time because I didn't want to go too deep into the stories. But I really did love Two Worlds. Was one of my favorites from them. I think it might be my favorite from them. Just because they got to really play characters that really like made them like you got to see like the total, you know what I mean.
They use their acting muscles in
Yes.
that in a way
Yes,
that
there
they
you
did
go.
not get to use those acting muscles in Naughty Babe.
So-
in Naughty
Was this
yeah,
before
so
Naughty Babe
No,
though?
I have a story
no.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
she's
does
got
the
a
thing
story
say
about
the
this.
year is before?
They might have filmed it before, but it
Filmed
okay.
it, but it
came out
didn't come
after.
out before Naughty Babe. Yeah.
Okay.
So when Cutie Pie was done, we got little bits and pieces of those characters because that's where I learned they didn't have the rights to the second book. So when she was talking about doing Cutie Pie, they had to get permission because all of their story was in Naughty Babe.
In Naughty Babe.
So so they're like, we're introducing them in the hopes that Naughty Babe's successful or that Cutie Pie is successful, number one, because Cutie Pie could have bankrupted Domundi. I need people to understand that. People get all in their feelings. It's important to understand the entertainment industry. They took a risk with Cutie Pie and it could have bankrupted them and they would have been done. Yes. whyru almost bankrupted them. They came in and did Cutie Pie, and it was we're gonna just throw everything into this, and it could bankrupt us. So she was this, and the she I'm talking about is the screenwriter for Cutie Pie. She did a.
So should I be showing Naughty Babe right now then?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because then they got the rights to Naughty Babe. And they were able to do Naughty Babe, but to get to Naughty Babe is first.
Yeah, you should be showing Naughty Babe right now. That's what I'm saying.
But in the midst of that, like I
conversation.
said, we felt like MaxNat would get platformed more than they did.
Right.
And they weren't. Even with Naughty Babe, they just weren't. And so James, he's like an influencer. He's part of a reaction channel. He has there's some controversy around him now, so I don't want to walk too heavy in his space. But James, it really moved me because he said he wanted to see Nat and Nat's acting skills platformed, and he didn't feel like there were opportunities for them. So he did his first ever production of a series with Two Worlds, and it was all centered around Matt being highlighted. So that is why
Matt or Nat
Nat.
Matt.
I'm sorry,
right? Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Nat.
That's okay.
Oh man.
But
That's
Naughty
really
Babe
cool.
is the. Did you have some? I'll add to it. What were you gonna say about
I don't have a whole lot to say. I just loved both of them, but I really loved Two Worlds the most, I think.
So after Cutie Pie, they were able to get the rights to Naughty Babe, but it took some time. So if you're like, why did it take so long to get Naughty Babe? Those are the like technical behind the scenes things. They had to get the rights to the book. They had to get the rights to, do the series. And I believe it was this. I don't know if it was the same. Don't get me to lying. I don't know if it was the same script writer who did Naughty Babe, who did Cutie Pie, but they did end up getting the rights to it. And people have strong opinions about Naughty Babe. Everybody's
really.
I loved Naughty Babe. I thought they did a great job.
Naughty Babe was so freaking.
It was good.
I love Cutie Pie. The story in Naughty Babe
is better.
It's a more complex story.
Yeah, it's more grounded and it doesn't feel as repetitive.
I will say, and it might be controversial, I yeeted out of Cutie Pie and I hopped on Naughty Babe. I left.
Wow. I mean, it's not controversial. That's what you felt.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I literally was like, MaxNat, I need to go see that. And I just was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to go see this now. And
so for me, Cutie Pie for me is all about Zenunu. I love their chemistry. Mm-hmm. I love them. So I stuck with Cutie Pie because of them. I even watched that second one, which I don't think I liked as much, but the first one I thought was wonderful because of them. But this story, Naughty Babe, the story of Naughty Babe is a better story in my mind.
It's a better storyline. And I will say that I started Cutie Pie and I was like, this is not the story for me. Because to your point, repetitive. It goes back and back and back and back to the same well. And I was like, I don't need this to go back. How many episodes is this? Then I wanted to skip to Naughty Babe because I was like, just their tension in Cutie Pie, I was like, something more is happening there that I need to understand why he doesn't want him to leave, but he doesn't seem like he likes him. Like, what is happening in this show? And so I wanted to go there. And I actually went back to Cutie Pie because I was worried that I didn't have enough knowledge of what was going to happen in Naughty Babe. But then I realized
it's not that in
because they couldn't matter. Yeah, they couldn't put it in there. They didn't have rights.
You do not have to watch Cutie Pie to know what's happening in Naughty Babe because they would take it all the way back to the beginning and they let you know what's happening in Naughty Babe. Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah.
I also think so to Cutie Pie's credit and Domundi's credit, both of those shows were extremely progressive for the time that they were shown. So all of the marriage equality,
the marriage stuff,
Cutie Pie was a huge deal because it happened in other shows, but they were blatant about it.
That's all it was about. Was them getting married.
It really got a lot of attention for its marriage equality stance, and then for Naughty Babe, it took it the next step.
Yeah, I was going to say this double down
in BLs now, but it was early. It was, it started it back then.
Family,
the whole family in the end. So now they didn't even wait for equality to pass. They just moved right into family. And the mom is Max's mom in the end. Max's mom.
I didn't know that.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
And watching those scenes again, seeing Max's mom, it makes you super emotional. Yeah,
I just watched it again because we were doing this. But now I'm gonna watch again, knowing that's his mother.
It's so sweet. It's Max's mom, and the behind the scenes are so sweet. She's lovely.
So I feel like that's what really made me stick to both of these shows, the whole marriage equality thing, because that's the premise of both of them, right?
Yeah.
That both of these couples are going to have to get married, or that's what they would like anyway, right? And so it just made me so excited that there's a story around, and it was like so definite. Like nobody questioned whether or not they should be married. Like, this is what our aim is.
Yeah, they set it up. No, go ahead, Kelly.
I just wish at the time Naughty Babe, I don't believe got the love it should have gotten. I don't know that the company pushed it the way it should have been pushed. It was really, and this is not a critique of Zenunu because I like Zenunu, but it became Zenunu's world, and I don't know that it needed to. I don't think it needed to. They had MaxNat right there, but they were not. They had just leaned all the way in to Zenunu to a point where there was just not a ton of room for MaxNat.
But you know what? Maybe because they put so much money into the thing that they had the rights for, that's maybe why they pushed it so hard.
There's that. And I could take it back. Go ahead, Ollie. Go.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say when you were saying that, it made I extrapolated that onto K-pop and ATEEZ and KQ Entertainment not being one of the big five. Like literally, it was just ATEEZ, all ATEEZ. They had other artists. Those artists did not.
I could
because they dumped all that money in there. Now they have Zykers. They just hired a woman. I think they're coming out with a girl. Do you know what I'm saying? But they were like. I'm going to put all my money in this pot because this pot seems to be the pot that's going to win at the end of the day. Like, make us more money, and then we'll concentrate on the other things. So I think there's probably some of that, which, Max and Nat were there, but they were like, okay, the money's right here. So let's put that investment back in the money making thing, and then we can go from there, kind of thing.
I see what you're saying. It is now a hole they can't dig themselves out. Like, fans are very angry, rightfully so, that so much was put on Zenunu's back and their backs as fans. And then MaxNat fans are like, why didn't you give us, so they didn't, MaxNat had to go somewhere else to get a show to really showcase them. So that would be the next one.
Two Worlds.
Two Worlds, yeah.
So Two Worlds is from somewhere else.
Yeah, James'
it's not
company.
Domundi. Yeah,
it's not nothing to do with Domundi.
I didn't know that. What happened? I did it.
Did it, and then you
did it.
Here are my hands up here. podcasters.
You did it.
I'm trying to
You
make sure the
did it.
podcasters don't get alienated.
I know, because
from
I
the
was going to
visuals.
apologize to everybody for the last episode because I was doing a lot of hems and pointing, and y'all did not hear none of those names like you should have. I will do better. I promise. In the future.
I think this is better. We're not focused on those pictures as much.
No, we're not. We're not. They're just playing in the background.
Yeah, that's why I try to do that.
So Two Worlds really shifted this to me. Naughty Babe should have been their vehicle. I think it was great, but it just didn't get the push that it should have gotten. It didn't get the level of attention that it should have gotten. It kind of was under the shadow of Cutiepie because Cutiepie was such a juggernaut, which is nobody's fault. I don't actually think that's anyone's fault. That's just the reality of it, right? But Two Worlds, it was different from anything we had seen in BL. It was, their acting was phenomenal. And this was James, he basically did all of this for them, which is crazy. He had never produced a show before. He was doing reactions, guys. And he was doing sort of like Shannon does, like BL drama news, right? That was his role, but he was very connected. And I know he's controversial, guys, but I will always be grateful for him for giving this big vehicle to
them an opportunity.
Because there was this is my personal opinion. Please don't be mad at me. I felt like they were getting trapped in their personas of the Cutiepie Naughty Babe universe. And if I saw Nat in another one of those little caps and the little outfits, I was scream.
The little bow.
Oh my God. I was like, that's a character. That's not, he's a real person. And you were dressing him like his character everywhere he goes. He will never be able to progress. It made me insane. I had a lot to say about it during that time. And so Two Worlds was just so different. And everybody cheered when they saw Max's new look, or Nat's new look, and Max's new look. And everything about, so they were under this promotion. So their styling changed. Everything they did was out of Domundi and on this other company. All their press was different. And to me, this kept them viable because they got to be, marketed as adults and marketed actors, not just caricatures of these characters that we saw. And I
will say, I love Two Worlds, but I find my subtitle for Two Worlds is, how much can we torture Nat's character?
Yeah.
Two Worlds was torture Nat's character. It's like, Jesus, man,
that poor baby went through a lot.
I was like, stop putting guns to his head and things like that, man. Leave him alone.
The acting and what they were required, I would never believe they got enough praise for what they were both required to do as actors, to play like yourself, but then yourself in another world, but then also the other world, and then you go back to the other. Like there were so many layers to these characters, and they both, to me, did an amazing job at it. So good.
Is there a marriage in this one too?
I believe so. I think they get married in the end.
Those pictures of them in the white, I feel like
I think they get they get married once I won't ruin the plot. I don't know.
Yeah,
they're in one of the worlds they end up in. They get married.
Yeah. So then do you have any other shows? I don't have anything other than Suntiny.
We don't.
They were in whyru. That was their first. We don't need to say a lot. That was their introduction. It was weird. I'm not gonna lie, guys, because of that age gap. It was confusing. I was like, what y'all doing?
This is
Domundi made some very interesting, but it wasn't just Domundi. During that time period, the age gaps were wide and challenging for a lot of people. And I feel bad for the actors who are put in those scenarios, right? Because it's not them who chooses, it's the company that chooses. So it was MaxNat, it was Zinunu. There was a lot of frustration around Zinunu. And then over on the Wabi Sabi side, it was Guart Santa. So there were some pretty wide age gaps all happening at the same time. And even Saint Perth was questioned, or no, was it Saint Perth? Yeah, Saint Perth was questioned as well. So that all happened. They did ydestiny after that, and then we move into um, cutiepie, and then they also have a cameo. Y'all haven't watched War of Why? It is a trigger warning series, but it is basically, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it now. It is supposed to be showing you the issues with the industry. It's probably one of the more honest ones. It opens your eyes, but also it is a dramatization of the industry, right? But people said some of those stories are very familiar. So think about what we're watching Ennui with
Lovely writer.
yeah, how there a lot of that came from actual interactions. So War of Why is a much darker, a very dark.
Yeah, Lovely writer is kind of lighter.
And a lot of that stuff people confirmed was happening. And a lot of people think those are actual stories of couples that we know about. So you can watch it. I would watch it, and there's 4 different stories. I would take breaks in between because they are heavy. And I think it's heavier because you're thinking about this
Who it
time.
could be.
Actors were going through these things at that time. The only reason I pause on it is because Saint was a big part of it, which even more now. I was at that time, everything Saint said was like gold to me. And so knowing that he was like this, he was a huge part of the vehicle of that show. I was like, oh my God, all this is true. Everything's real. All of this is like facts. And then I watched another Thai person. This was before I found out about Idol Factory. I watched a Thai person talk about it, and they were like, I look at it like Saint's burn book. And I was like, like he was coming for the people he felt like wronged him in the industry. So then they were like, take it with a grain of salt. Yes, there's truth in it, but it's a version of truth for this person who feels wronged.
Wronged in this situation.
Damn. I did not consider that. And now with Idol Factory, so there's layers to it. I don't know who, but anyways, it is, if you want to learn the darker side of the industry that you'll hear Sarah or me talk, or Shannon talk about, that is a taste of it. So they had a cameo in that. Woof, I went on a tangent. Sorry.
Well, Suntiny is the last one that I have images for. I had to get images for Suntiny because visually it's stunning, right? We tapped out after a while, but I do want to go back and finish it. But it hit a wall for me at some point, but I think that it might have just been like the time too when we were watching it. I couldn't get into it like I wanted to. The first few episodes, I was very into it. Like when they would give their confessionals and stuff, and the fact that they were in one another's body and they could finally see what the other person was thinking, and the things that they were thinking were things that people go through, and it was just beautiful. Yeah. It was very beautiful, those first few episodes, and then something took me out of it. I can't put my finger on it, but at some point I had to tap out for it.
I felt like the continuity of the story was confusing, and it felt repetitive at times in ways where we could have been progressing the story, and instead we were rehashing the same concerns and feelings that we had.
Yes, that's exactly it.
And we were just like, okay, well, we know, like there's these little like codas at the end where they would like talk about their feelings straight to camera, and it started to be the same feelings.
I
was like, well, y'all said that last week, because that would give us insight into like what was going on. I would like to finish it because there's a lot of people who have real strong feelings, but I was always think of it like that art house show where it's a little too arty. There's nobody who came in and said, okay, this is your art, but also
pull it back a little bit.
edit. Like in Project Runway, no one came in.
But good God, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And
it is so beautiful.
To be fair, they do an amazing, yet again.
They really do.
Because again, they're asked to be different versions of them. And Max, shout out to Max. I don't know how many actors would have taken that role on with the
Mhm.
level of maturity he did. And
because this character for Nat is extra feminine, right? Like
Max.
other level.
so
The
Nat's
character for
initial-
Nat.
yeah.
Yes,
Nat's
yes.
character is
And
to
then
the next level.
yeah.
And then Max has
And
to
Max
be
has
him.
to embody that character. Yes, that's what I was
Yes.
like. Wait, Max.
And it
Yeah.
is, he does an amazing job in that role.
He said they both learned a lot, but they both got closer through doing this, and they both learned a lot about themselves.
Each other.
Like they
Oh,
came
okay.
out the other side different. Yeah.
I feel like that's what the story is about.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Learning
it is.
about themselves and, you know, learning about each other and coming out different in the end. And so that's why I want to finish it. I have not yet finished it, but I feel like I really would like to. The time we were watching it, though, I think we were all, because wasn't Yoshi watching it with us too?
Yeah, we were all just, there was a
We
lot
all
going
just
on.
couldn't.
We couldn't
Yeah, it was a
focus
lot.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know one of my anecdote from that. I remember watching, so that was the year of the water event, the water holiday.
Oh,
Songkran.
Songkran.
That was super
Songkran.
duper gay, let's just say.
Yeah.
Songkran, the
Yeah.
gayest Songkran
Yeah.
of the world. And I remember watching Max during that, and he would stay behind Z. It was so interesting to me. Like he would hug, you know how they hold on to the bicep? He was constantly like holding Z's bicep, and he always just looked tucked under Z at Songkran. And it was such a weird visual for me because Max is like this big dude that usually takes up space. And I was like, why does he feel so small? Why does he keep like, I'm not used to seeing Max hugging Z's bicep and hiding behind him. And he did an interview and he said it was during the recording and it was during a time where he was the more feminine, softer character. And so he said he would have a hard time letting it go. And so when he went into Songkran, he said a piece of that character was still in him. And it makes so much. I was like, "Oh my god, that makes so much sense." Because I was like, I remember messaging people being like, "Man, Max is tucked up under," and Z was super protective of him. Like he seemed a little bit like shell shocked by the space, and just like there was because that was the night that Nat didn't come. So it was it was Max with Z and a bunch of other people, and he just was so he felt small, he felt like demure, and it was really confusing to me, but I didn't even know about Suntiny at that point. So once he said that, I was
that like, picture right there.
Yeah.
Those characters are amazing characters. They really are neat characters.
It made Nat be more assertive and more willing to be more bold, he said, in his choices about how he presents himself and stuff like that. And Max, he said it touched into like a softer side of him that he kept. So,
very cool.
Even if we didn't love the series, there was positive growth between both of them from it. So,
yay!
Well,
yeah, that's it. That's all I had to share.
We always figure it out. We're usually like, oh boy, I hope we can do this. And then boom, done.
Did it.
We did.
You guys talked a lot. It was great.
You did too.
You did too.
You had plenty to share.
Yeah. So now we move on to our.
Oh, right.
First of all, you guys share more information.
Kelly and I like this.
Totally forgot.
Damn, yeah, I did too.
About that.
You guys share more stuff. I'm giving you time. You guys
Okay,
share more stuff with us in the comment section about MaxNat. If you have more information or interesting interviews and stuff like that, please share it with us because we love them and we would like to know more about them. And several people shared things before that I did go and look at, and I really was appreciative of that. So now we're going on to what brought us joy in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, I know what it is.
Kelly, go.
Kelly, go.
Burnout syndrome.
Oh yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Because burnouts, and not just burnout syndrome, the series, burnout syndrome, the experience. Yeah, I got the opportunity. I was like laser focused. I was making videos on TikTok consistently. I even with our reaction on YouTube, with our just conversations, me, Jaime, and Anwi, and then we would go live on Wednesdays after the series and talk with everybody, and just between the comment sections and going live and all of the different people having, it was like this to me, a moment in time in BL where everybody was focused on the same thing in a very intellectual and analytical way, which is what I get most excited about. And it was about sharing ideas, disagreeing, but still being able to see eye to, there was healthy conversations around this show that I was like really impressed with. People are smart, man. They're really smart and interesting. And they, little ego, I was like, I got this show figured out. And then somebody would say something, I'd be like, well, you know what? Yeah, what you said. Like, oh man, y'all are real smart. I didn't even think about that thing. So somebody said something today I sent you guys.
Yeah, that was so cute.
Yeah, about art and the fear of art being so, the fear of somebody technical not being able to, I'll talk esoterically, not being able to connect with art in its purest form, and it scaring them, and so them needing to make that art more technical so that they can relate to it in a way that makes sense in their mind, which I had not considered in the grand scheme of things and why certain things may have happened the way they did.
I'll be esoteric in my response in talking about that, as well as there's a particular piece of art in the show that you, me, and Jaime saw a certain way, and then other people were all telling us the way they saw it, and we were like, you saw that in that? And then when it came up again in this last episode, we all saw it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And we were like, how is that? That was not there to us before.
Yep.
And now we can see through their eyes. And it's just, this show just
special.
It's just so amazing.
And some of the best acting in BL, Shine and Burnout Syndrome, to me, the best acted series of 2025.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's my joy spot.
Do you have joy, Nikki? Or you want me to go next?
You can go next.
Okay, my joy, I never have one joy. My joy, Dare You to Death, is not like, it's like not doing well in the whole solving of murders thing. But the love story, even though it makes absolutely no sense, but it's just like, it's just there. It's just there. And watching Jung and Dunk be able to play these characters where they get to express this kind of affection towards one another, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And then they're just relationship outside of the show, and the fact that they're telling us more about their lives and their connection to one another, I'm really enjoying that. So that's part of my joy. Duang with You, is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta do that.
So Duang with You. Oh, it's so sweet and cute and funny. And we were sad because we were going to lose our me and thee. And now we have something to make us laugh and happy on a Saturday morning. And the friend groups are so lovely. And it makes me applaud it. Okay. And then the last thing, what was the last thing that brought me joy?
She got a lot of joy.
The proper way to write love. The proper way to write love. That's what I think it's, I don't know if it's Japanese. Is it
Japanese? I think I know what you're talking about.
It's on my Patreon. Like the upper tier on my Patreon is where I'm reacting to it. But it is a really interesting story, and I'm really enjoying it. And so check out A Proper Way to Write Love if you have not.
Very cool.
Yes.
Nikki.
I'm gonna be super predictable. Something happened, on Friday.
Predictable. Oh yeah.
What happened, Nikki?
What?
I don't know. I don't know. AT's had a comeback. I don't know.
Really?
So, yeah. Golden Hour Part 4 is out, and I'm waiting for all my pre-orders to come in the mail because I went a little bit bananas. And I missed an opportunity to go to my local K-pop store this weekend, which was having a nice comeback celebration, but I was not available, which is probably good because I was going to spend more money, and I've already, let's just say I've done enough. She's done enough, ladies and gentlemen. So now I have to do the very lovely, I have to be very patient, which is my forte, but I will be patient in that while I do that, I will watch all the things, all the contents on the onlines. They have so many things. So it's making me very happy, and I get to see all the boys, and it's really, really nice. And that's my thing.
Yeah.
Anybody who's into ATs, Nikki is teaching me all about them on my YouTube and my Patreon. So check it out. Also, there was a pop-up here in Virginia, in my area. I really wanted to go to get Nikki some things, but that was a day when the winds were super high, and my voice student came, and she was like, the wind was blowing my Uber around, don't go out there. So I decided against it.
It's all good. I was just sad that I couldn't be there for it. But it's all good. But thank you for trying. Yay.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Yay. And I feel like the word teaching you is a strong word. You are teaching me experiences together.
No, you're teaching me things. I'm learning lots of things. Right. Yeah, cool. And I'm enjoying it. I have a new love for, because San was my man, but now I'm loving more. I got to hear each one of their solo projects, and I'm super more focused on this group now. Yeah.
It's a good opportunity with the last album. So yay.
Yay. MaxNat is the best.
We love MaxNat.
We love them so much. They're sweetie cutie pies.
They're also big and little. Big and little. Oh, I like the big and little of it all.
I'm gonna do a big and little edit for you, Nick.
Yeah.
To me, they're like that very quiet, not always quiet.
They are
soft, sweet pair.
They are.
They just like being around each other. They're lovey-dovey, and they're just kind of doing their own thing in the corner.
Brian, that comments quite often on things. The edit I did prior to this, Brian. Just to let everyone know we were going to do this. I used that song "Comfortable" by her.
Yeah.
I felt like when I listened to that, it was them. Because they just seem, and the way they talk, they want to make each other comfortable. They want to make a space where they're both comfortable and they're able to do what they got to do in peace. So I felt like that song was perfect, and he was just saying that song suits them.
Yeah, it does. Awesome. It's really good. Yay! All right, guys, we did it.
This was fun.
Super fun.
Yay!
Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Tell a friend. Oh, and if you're in Spotify or Apple Music, you should leave a review. Leaving reviews helps push us into the algorithm. So if you leave a review, that will help us. So if you haven't left one, please do, and tell a friend and hang out more. Yeah.
Wait, hold on, pause. Wait, I can't do it. You pause, Kelly. Oh, yeah.
What?
Bye, y'all.
Okay, we're done.
Bye, y'all.
I am controlling it. I am ending us.
You are in control.
Bye.